Yeah, so I don't know. Alright.
Mr. Holmes?
Right, so I think we've got everything we can from here. We'll head back to Baker Street. We'll have to converse with Watson. Right, what have we got? Yeah, John Nelligan is wearing an expensive but worn and ill-fitting jacket that previously belonged to someone else, quite possibly his father. Yeah, Nelligan is approximately 19 years old. Right, so he wouldn't have known Peter Carey elsewhere, so there's got to be a connection. He was raised in wealth, but after the desertion of his father 10 years ago, he and his family fell into poverty. How long they've been married for a while, haven't they? Carey, Judith and Peter. So it's not that Peter's his father. He worked to earn money by cleaning fish. Despite undertaking such manual work for considerable time, Nelligan remains physically weak. He can't be the killer. Just for the case of the harpoon, which is what we're about to find out, I suppose. Toby.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Yay. I hope we get to use him. I assume otherwise there'd be no point in having him there.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No. But we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
He got killed.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man? Morphologically, I mean.
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Oh, do I have to go and get them? But there'll be more things to ask about. Right, what evidence have we got? I'm fairly sure he didn't do it, though. Yes. Whitechapel butchers will prepare all except the harpoons. We'll have to get another one. So we could go and get it. Oh, this is an inset. I see. So this is a completely different area. I'm going to put a top hat on. I don't like not having a top, going out and not having a top hat. I think it's very unfitting for a gentleman. I'm saddened that we can't look up our archives. And yeah, we're going to grab our. Can I go around? No. Top hat's around here somewhere, isn't it? There we go. No, not the Deerstalker. We're going to be in the city. There we go. Top hat. I'd prefer more of a top and tails. I would prefer kind of tailed suit, but there's only so much you can do.
Take a harpoon with me.
Okay, so we need to go and grab the harpoon then. Maybe the Deerstalker would have been more fitting if we're in the countryside. Okay, so there's no more information we've picked up. I don't think he. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't kill anyone. I don't think he did it. I don't think it makes sense. It's the strength issue. And considering how tall he is relative to Peter Carey, I think his foot size would be smaller. So I don't think he'd fit. So I think he's too small to be that. His feet would be too small for that fellow.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
There we go. Can we just go straight to the Whitechapel Butcher now? Yes, we can. And there's no observation we can make of the harpoon. Yeah, heavy shot bailing harpoon, very similar to the one used. Alright. Hello, Watson. Why am I surprised you're here?
Here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
Okay. Oh. And... yeah.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it.
Okay, so it's thrown rather than speared. I thought it might have been thrown akin to the kind of thrust rather than thrown. Yeah.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
Shut up, Watson. So, oh, we're doing mini games. We're doing mini games. At least it's not a. That was rubbish again. Skip. What are you saying, game? You saying I'm rubbish? You're probably accurate, but... ah!
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
Right. Shut up, Watson. There we go. Ah. Okay.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance of 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
It was just the one, wasn't
Very
it?
well, but please hurry.
Oh, they probably have to change it. Probably shouldn't have worn the top hat in the butchers, but right. What have we now got? We have... right, strength requirement, pin to the wall. So... ooh, a decision. Right, lucky throw. There's a remote possibility an unskilled and untrained man could manage to pin Peter Carey to the wall with a harpoon. A feat of strength, I think. It requires a much greater strength than that of the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with a harpoon all the way through to the wall. A degree of skill would most likely be necessary. Two men in cooperation might achieve the same result. But I can change my mind if I think so. If possible. I'm guessing if you say lucky throw. Oh, I thought that maybe these would link up, but no. We'll stick with feat of strength at the moment. Go back to clues. Okay. Oh. So that's all of those. I can't do anything else. I would have thought those would have been connected, but obviously not. Okay. I think that's all we can gather at the moment. No, it's escape. Escape. And exit. Okay, I quite like that. I quite like that little deduction element. Right. Any idea where to go next? Okay, we'll head back to Scotland Yard then. Top hat certainly fitting. Oh, so I could have been doing the deduction here. So this is what we think. But we know he was there. That's the issue. We know he was trying to get in. Possibly because he killed him. That's a possibility, I suppose. He killed him, left his notebook. Not a huge amount of other information, though, is the issue. I don't think he did it, and I'm guessing that's what we can talk about.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Hello? Right. Guessing it's still not going to be a huge amount of new evidence, new things we can mess with in terms of his belongings and evidence, so it's just going to be straight to talking to the young man. Master Nelligan.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, maybe not then. Talk to Lestrade. Lestrade?
Lost.
Nope. Okay, so...
These are the suspect's belongings.
yeah, I can't do anything else with this, can I? R. Dawson, to my friend and partner, 1883. So... yeah, I still think... oop.
These abbreviations.
Yes, I mean something, but what? Okay. So I've run out of thoughts there. What do I know? Let's go at the suspect. I can't do any more interrogation of him. Okay, so what if I say, actually, let's suggest it was a lucky throw. Okay, we can't make any further deductions from that either. Maybe if we challenge him on that assumption. Can we talk to him on that assumption? I think, personally, he didn't do it. And that's just nonsense. The idea that he had a lucky throw. But it might mean we can progress the game and talk to him about it. Or not. Okay. We'll stick with the feat of strength. Right. Peter Carey's a non-smoker. It doesn't connect. I don't think it connects to that either. No, I don't think so. Missing tin box. No gardener. No. Breaking attempts. Doesn't connect to anything. No gardener. Doesn't connect to anything. Okay. So, none of those connect anywhere else. Yes. Breaking attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in a pool of the victim's blood. That's perfectly true. That's got a little nodule coming up here. So that's going to connect into something else, possibly. Right, so... you aren't doing much for me now. Could head back to Woodman's Lee, but we haven't got to... we've not really got anything to talk about. Except maybe... ooh, actually, maybe we should be heading to... we'll head back to Woodman's Lee and we'll ask Miss Carey about whether her husband knew... John... what's his face? John Nelligan. Yeah, so we could try and do some more deductive work, but I think we've done everything we can there. So we could converse with her. And we know that... so I think Holmes seems to suggest that there's too much work for him to do in terms of the gardening. So he's suggesting that she's lying about the gardening.
Who could do such a thing?
Okay, we've exhausted
Poor husband.
your dialogue. What's in this? What's in here? That would be interesting. Okay, that's pointless. Nothing there. Right, if in doubt, head back to Baker Street. That's the only area, that's the only real location left. That's a problem. I, alas, seem to have possibly hit a wall. I always found that frustrating. So... maybe if I talk to Watson, he might suggest something. Watson.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
I don't think he did it, though.
My analysis table. It's as useful for my work.
We have a suspect, but I don't think he did it. Right, nothing... there's got to be something.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Research.
My archive.
Ugh.
I can always consult with it if needed.
I'll take my hat off now. Take the hat off. There we go. Right, so you think it was someone with... I think it was someone with the strength and skill to use the harpoon. That implies a sailor. That goes with... So I've got to investigate. So if I go back to Woodman's Lee, then all I'm doing is going back to the same area again and again. I haven't got any new shoes to interact with. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is it looks like... okay, we'll have a look at it. Oh, Toby, can you help?
Brave Toby.
Oh, you can't actually give him... you can't actually give him an item. I'm guessing it has to be a pre-programmed item that you can give him to him. Telescope. This is going to be the same thing. It's the same thing. I thought it might have been different. Right, so... no new clues, alas. I keep jumping between the three until something pops out to me as something I'm missing. Yeah, I mean these don't interact, don't connect, so it's not them. So if we go with the possibility that it's a lucky throw. We then can't connect to anything anyway. So, I mean, the lucky throw connecting to the retrieving notebook would point to Nelligan, but Nelligan seems very much denying it.
Holmes?
I talk to anyone,
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Madame, sir.
Mr. Holmes?
Could just try going to every door. The staff room can't go in. Obviously not a member of staff. I don't know what's in there. Various documents. Right,
These
what?
are the suspect's belongings.
Yes, we've looked at them several times. QEPOT LWKKCO JINT CPR RANO OMTI. Alright, so he can't tell us what these are.
These abbreviations
Allegedly.
mean something. But what?
There isn't an RD, is there? No. Right. So, okay. So let's try and go everywhere else. Now, there's nothing in the morgue. We've had a look in there. Right. It's like the drunk tank kind of thing. I have no idea what that is. Measuring
What am I
thing.
doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Well, you tried to break into the house, into the cabin, didn't you? Right, what am I meant to do, game? Investigate the murder, interrogate the suspect. I've obviously not thoroughly enough examined the items, have I? I mean, because that's got to be where stuff is going to advance from at this juncture. So, here.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Yes, I twigged that, thank
A
you.
handkerchief with the initials JHN.
Right. 1883. 1883? So this is when that was signed, 1883.
Partner, 1883.
Oh, I meant to have looked at everything, have I? Oh, that's probably where I've messed up.
Friend Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
Surely, when you see that, should be enough. Not... Right, okay. Okay, we'll ask him about Dawson. But I'd already seen Dawson. Ugh, I had to click on everything. Sorry. I thought clicking on the inscription would have told me everything about the inscription. What does it say about the ring? A heavy gold ring with the inscription, "From R. Dawson to my friend and partner, 1883. Now, if it is referring to Nelligan, he was born 19 years ago. So we'll say 20 years ago, because that makes the math slightly easier. That's 1875, I believe. Yes, 1875. So he would have been 8. So it's most likely not a reference to him. So, who's R. Dawson? Tell me about the gold ring.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Right. So, the ring's engraving.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Who was it?
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
Okay. The ring's engraving. Oh, no! Select the correct answer. Okay, so we've got to pick a different answer
So,
this time.
Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
I might have to duck out, actually. So we know it's not the ring's engraving. Okay, well, why haven't you sold it then? No! I might have to duck out and find out what we can about Richard Dawson.
So,
Richard
Mr.
Dawson?
Nelligan, who
R.
is
Dawson.
the true owner of the
I
ring?
think of Richard Dawkins, wasn't
The
it?
ring is mine.
Okay, well, we know that's a lie. Oh, that's profile of the victim. Your father's jacket. You would have sold it by now.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.